does yeast nutrient actually matter? Science experiment incoming. I have got just under 3.5 litres of water. I'm adding 250 grams of sugar. I'm adding 1 cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup of sugar. Half a cup of sugar. So in theory, that is about 300 grams of sugar. I'm going to mix this in and check the gravity. So there we can see the gravity is at 1.040. Now, let's get the pH just right. I'm aiming for 4. The pH is at 6. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of tartaric acid, which will lower the pH. How much? I am not sure. But I'm just going to mix it in and take another reading. I'll be back. Let's do another dip test. Instant color change. Lovely. I'm saying that is 4. Can you see that, guys? That is 4. So now, because we have 1.040 at a pH of 4, I'm just going to split this into these 2 demi-johns, half and half. The level in these 2 demi-johns is identical, so I don't want to mess about putting this tiny little bit back in and get the levels wrong. Let's just feed the bacteria down the sink some sugar. So now I will just put half a teaspoon of yeast nutrient in this one. Boom, in he goes. It's 1 teaspoon per gallon. Now, I've got 1/3 of a gallon and I've put half a teaspoon. Is it going to matter that much? Right, that's lovely and dissolved. Next thing's next is the yeast. Look at this cute little baby funnel. Guys, this is what made my flipping first video go viral. All I did was I went, well, this is shit. People loved it. Anyway, right. I'm using bread yeast. Half a teaspoon in bread yeast is a little bit overkill, but that's what we like on this channel, a bit of overkill with science. Shump, in he goes. Next one, half a teaspoon without nutrient, shump. In he goes. Airlock with a bubbling bubbler. On he goes. So, for reference, the dark bung has nutrient. The lighter red bung doesn't have nutrient. Now, I'm just going to put these right by there. And when something starts to happen with either of them, you're going to find out. So, does yeast nutrient matter that much in a Kilju? This is what I'm doing. Just a sugar wine, a Kilju, which is only going to be about 5-6%, I think. I'll see you in a minute. This is the next morning, about 16 hours later. And here on the left with the dark bung, we got the nutrient. And it looks like there's pressure building in the airlock. And it looks like a yeast cake is starting to form on top. No nutrient with a bright red bung. No change in airlock. It does look like a tiny bit of yeast is forming round the edge, perhaps. But looks like nutrient is in first place. So this is the second morning, must be about 36 hours. There's a clear difference. This just seems to be sat clear. No pressure at all built at all. Yet the one with nutrient is cloudy. I did swirl them last night, but that's gone back to clear, and this is still cloudy with quite some sort of bubbles forming on top. Now I'm going to put these up into my airing cupboard where it's about 25 degrees, which isn't going to ruin the experiment because they've both had the exact same temperature. But it's very cold in the night and mornings. So I'm just going to put them up at 25 degrees centigrade to keep things moving a bit faster. This is 6 days from the word go. 4 days since they've been up in the warm airing cupboard at 25 degrees. And I haven't noticed this until I've brought them down to take a gravity reading. And wow, let me get the action cam on them for you to have a look. This is the no nutrient, the brighter red bung compared to the darker red bung. And look, you got some stuff floating on top like a slime. Look at this bit by here. There's like like this is literally what a petri dish looks like when it grows bacteria. And it's cloudy compared to the nutrient added. There's nothing floating on top. And it is a different colour. If I give you a wider view, see how light the no nutrient is compared to the nutrient? And that's not the only thing. If we look at the airlock in the no nutrient, it's actually got a negative pressure. It's actually sucking sucking air down, and it's created a negative. So that means, I think, bacteria, this is just a theory, but bacteria is eating oxygen and sucking down. Whereas, hopefully, this does have a positive pressure where alcohol is being formed, giving off CO2. But let's take a gravity. Wow. First things first, sniff test. I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. Right, I'm going to go with what I'm hoping is turned into alcohol. Oh, learn my lesson, yeah. classic Kilju smell. Classic. Pineapple-y. It always smells pineapple-y. No smell. There's actually, I can't pick up a scent. That is definite fermentation, and specifically a pineapple-y Kilju smell. Right, I'm going to take a gravity. I think they started on 1.038. I'm going to do this one first because I don't want to touch that really, but let's have a look. Can I? It doesn't reach. Okay. Right, so this one is definitely fermenting. It's now at basically 1.020. So I'm going to pour that back in. Pour this back in. Put the bung back in. And he's ready to go. Now, this looks disgusting. Right, let's see what's happened. Well, we can see there that this, if anything, has gotten more dense. There certainly is no fermentation going on there. That's disgusting. Right, this is what I make of it up to this point. Because there was no nutrient in here, the yeast couldn't build a colony, or they couldn't build it fast enough, whereas I'm assuming some bacteria has been able to build a colony faster and has controlled the environment, and fermentation just did not kick off. That's quite fascinating. Whereas this is smelling like alcohol, it's gone down points, it's fermenting. Well, I'm throwing this because that's just going to grow like crazy. I've decided to call the test there. I guess I've got what I really wanted. What I did want to do was test the speeds of fermentation, because I assumed they were both going to ferment, and I was going to be able to check the lag phase and, you know, how long they took, you know, just day by day, check the speeds. But obviously the one turned, I don't know if it was bacteria or some kind of different yeast. I don't know. I'm not a microbiologist. But I've got exactly what I needed. If you're using tap water, and this is only my experience, if anyone has used tap water without yeast nutrient, let me know, because mine didn't work without yeast nutrient. And I've called it there because I'm not going to drink that Kilju. It's just an experiment. And I want to get on to my next experiment. Guys, the next one is going to be the pH control. Now, hopefully on that one, I'll add nutrient, so I know they should both kick off. And then if there's any speed difference, with one being more of a neutral pH and one being 4, I'll aim for 4 pH. If you'd like to see that, wait for it. It's going to be in about a week. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.